Welcome to another video of Timeless Talks, and as always, if you click this video, you are appreciated. In today's video, we're going to talk about the two highly anticipated albums, Donda and Certified Lover Boy. I'm sure, as all of you know, if you click on YouTube, Instagram, any type of social media platform, all you see is Drake versus Kanye, Certified Lover Boy versus Donda. So I wanted to kind of touch bases on that for the sake of competition. Now, I'm not going to do a through and through comparison of the two albums because me personally, I see the difference in them both, and it's kind of impossible to compare the two if you ask me. But I have noticed that although they have this so-called beef, they do share a lot of the same features, which I thought was very weird because usually in this day and age, when someone's beefing with another person, collaborators usually pick sides. You know, people might side with Drake, people might side with Kanye, but on this particular two projects, they had a lot of the same features. So I wanted this video to be about who had the best of their share of features and who had the best samples. We all know Kanye is the sample king, but as of late, these past few years, it seemed like Drake and 40 is trying to gun for his spot. As you guys see on the screen, we have best shared features, and Kanye and Drake both shared a feature from Jay-Z, Lil Baby, Lil Durk, Travis Scott, Kid Cudi, Young Thug, and Ty Dolla $ign. So first up, we have Jail versus Love All. To me personally, these two songs was both great, but I have to give the edge to Drake and Jay-Z's Love All. I feel like Jay-Z's verse on Love All was better than his on Jail, and it gave me that nostalgic feeling of Drake's first album, Thank Me Later, of the song they did, Light Up, together. And I just think for me, Jail was a song that was kind of carried by that crazy guitar use, and it's just something that hits different when Drake and Jay-Z are talking about fake friends and how people backstab you and just how shady life can be. You don't even got to be in the industry to relate to it. It's just hits different for me, and I feel like I related to that song more. Next up, we got Hurricane versus Girls Want Girls with Lil Baby. It's really hard to get over Lil Baby's verse on Hurricane. I felt like easily was a better verse than he did on Girls vs. Girls. The concept for Girls vs. Girls was really good, but how Lil Baby just floats on that beat on Hurricane with The Weeknd singing is just top tier, and even Kanye verse went crazy too, so I gotta give the edge to Hurricane on this round. Next up, we have Jonah versus In the Bible, and I'm not gonna lie, I almost gave this one a tie, but I had to make the tough decision for the sake of competition. Vori and Giveon both did their thing when it came to the melodic and singing parts of this song, but I gotta give the better Lil Durk verse to In the Bible. Durk flexing about, bragging about his girl and how Drake is gonna do 1 billion streams for sure. I just all around like his verse on In the Bible a little bit more. His verse on Jonah was crazy too when he mentions, Jay-Z and Kanye not being cool. He talks about his brother. As I said before, like these two songs almost was going to get chalked up to a tie. But I think I got to give Giveon that slight edge over Vori and what pushed the song, just pure song, over Jonah. Next, we have Praise God versus Fair Trade. And for me, this one was kind of easy as much as I think Praise God was a tough song. Baby King did his thing, and he flashes bright all over this track and really shows his potential as an artist. But to me, Fair Trade was probably and is my favorite song on Certified Lover Boy. So I think this was a no-brainer. Travis does Travis things with the beat switches, the slowing it down, speeding it up, ad-libs. You just can't go wrong with that Drake and Travis connection. So I have to go with Fair Trade for this round. Next up, we have Moon versus I Miss You Too. Now, this was by far the hardest verses between songs I had to do when doing this video. I can't pick a winner. I feel like Kid Cudi is prime Kid Cudi on both of these songs, and we get two types of Kid Cudi that we haven't seen in a long time, if you ask me. On Moon, we get the melodic, the hums, the vocalist Kid Cudi that we all know and love. And on I Miss You Too, we get a kind of rapper side of Kid Cudi that I feel like we haven't seen in a while. And I just can't pick between the two. I feel like it's Kid Cudi's that we both need, and Drake and Kanye's support on both of these songs is much needed. So this will be the one and only tie I will give between the two albums. I cannot pick I Am Sorry, so this will be a tie. Next up, we got Remote Control versus Way Too Sexy. I love the song Way Too Sexy, and I understand how popular it is right now. If you go on Instagram, every girl is using it, even though that's supposed to be the song for the guys, but it's a story for another day. Every girl is posting about it. Everybody's posting the Way Too Sexy song. But me personally, for overall song, Remote Control is probably the most slept on song on Donda. It's pressure. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Young Thug does Young Thug things, and he carries the song with Kanye's production. It's just a beautiful ass song. So I gotta go with Remote Control. And last but definitely not least, we got Junior Part 2 and Get Along Better, both featuring Ty Dolla $ign. I didn't expect Drake and Ty Dolla $ign to come as crazy as they did on Get Along Better. Um, this song is light years better than Junior. If you ask me, there's not no shot at Donda or anything Ty Dolla $ign did on Junior. But Get Along Better is just, if that song was out during a time period when I needed it to be out, it would have been much appreciated. So that song is just, it's something different about that song. Drake and Ty Dolla $ign came crazy, so I got to go with that one on this one. Now we move on to the comparison of samples. Now I was surprised by both of these albums compared to their albums in the past. They didn't sample as much as I expected them to, at least from what I counted. I only counted about 5 samples from each. So we're just going to compare the 5 samples that I was able to count. If you guys have any more that I missed, let me know in the comments. For Donda samples, we have Bellhead, Liquid Liquid. We have Doo Wop by Lauryn Hill. We have Heaven and Hell is on Earth by 20th Century Steel Band. We have Make Me Over Again. We have The Glob, which I thought was a very funny sample, and that's the last one I could find, so I had to include that one in there. On Certified Lover Boy, we got Navajo by Masego. We got Daddy's Home by Montreal Jordan. We have Mountains by Charlotte Day Wilson. We have I'm Too Sexy by Right Said Fred. And we got Half on a Baby by R. Kelly. And I know Drake caught flack for that, but we're keeping it music purposes only. First up, we got God Breathe versus Champagne Poetry. I have to get an edge to Champagne Poetry on this one because that's just Drake in his classic bag of him just, it almost doesn't even seem like he's rapping. It just seems like he's just preaching and talking to us. And I just think the song is all overall better than God Breathed. Next up, we got Believe What I Say versus Poppy's Home. As much as I love Poppy's Home, what Kanye did with the Lauryn Hill sample is just ridiculous. That's something that only Kanye can do, to flip such a classic song that already don't need to be touched and make it kind of his own. I have to go Believe What I Say on this one. Next up, we got Heaven and Hell versus Fair Trade. As I stated earlier in the video, Fair Trade is my favorite song on CLB. And just that sample alone, if we keeping it strictly sample, Fair Trade sample by Charlotte Day Wilson is legit one of them samples where you might not know the original song, but because Drake and Travis did it so much justice, you have to go find it, you have to look it up, and you end up liking the original song as well. Like, damn, this shit hard too. So for that reason alone, I gotta give this round to Drake with Fair Trade. Next, we have Way Too Sexy versus Lord I Need You. As much as I respect Drake for making a song as funny as I'm Too Sexy into a dope trap song, I gotta give him major props for that. But the sample by Bree Babineau on Lord I Need You is just ridiculous. Like, it's nothing, no way I can describe it better than that's just soul music. It's music that's gonna hit your soul. Music you can play throughout the week on Sundays. It doesn't really matter. It's just music for your soul. On top of that crazy sample, we just have Kanye just preaching to us and doing what Kanye does best. So I gotta give the win to Lord I Need You on that one. Next up, we have Remote Control versus TSU. This was the last sample I could find on Donda, and if I'm honest, when I first heard it, I bust out laughing because it came out of nowhere. I did not expect it, and I thought it was different, so I just had to add it to this video because I wanted to know if people felt like how I felt when I first heard it. And I'm just like, man, Kanye is crazy, man. He makes crazy music that he can put something so silly at the end of it. Kind of gave me the same type of laugh that I got from Way Too Sexy from Drake. But the Half on a Baby sample, along with NSYNC, I didn't add that because it was mostly sampled by the R. Kelly, but the NSYNC and the background vocals on TSU went crazy. We got Drake doing his classic song about strippers and females, and Doing what Drake does, I gotta give the win to TSU. So that's it for this video. I broke down the best shared features between the two albums and the best samples in my opinion. I got Drake winning 4-3 on features. I got Drake winning 3-2 on samples. If you agree, give me a like and show me some love in the comments. If you don't, and if I missed something, tell me in the comments and tell me your opinions. And don't forget to subscribe.